Aquarius, and welcome to your September 2022 reading. We are looking at the sun, moon, and rising signs of the Aquarius collective. This is a general reading and will not resonate with every single person. Remember, you can assign the roles as you please. They're interchangeable, especially for cross watchers that are watching the videos. Please only take things that resonate with you, and everything else just leave it behind. And you'll see that I removed some of the videos that I had started with, and that was because there's so much energy going on right now, and it is even messing with me at times. And when I was reading those the energy reading, I felt was fine. It was the astrology that I had a problem with, because it's not really my strong suit. So, but I do know that there's a ton of stuff going on, and I wanted to help you as much as I could. But I had to go back and redo. I'm in the shadow period of the retrograde as well, just like everybody else. So I had to get rid of those videos, and I'm redoing the videos because I miscalculated something, and I need to make sure that these videos are right because people depend on them. So make sure you have a pen and paper. Make sure that you come back to this video multiple times. Things may not be resonating with you right now, but in a week or so it could resonate with you, so come back to the video. There's lots of messages in here for the collective. This is not a personal reading. You can always get a personal reading from me. My link is in the description box down below. Those are easier for me to do. Also, I'm going to try to make this video as short as possible because it's easier for me to get them out. What was taking me so long is how long it takes to render. It takes sometimes for the computer to take a 30-minute video to actually render it down takes twice as long. And I just can't tie up my computer that long as well. So thank you so much for being here. If you like this video or entertain us in some way, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And at the end will be some videos that you can check out later. Okay, so let's go right into this. I'm not going to dive too much into the astrology, and that's because the video will get too long for me to do that. So there's multiple places online that you could really dive into the astrology if you want to. I'm just going to give you a highlight of what's going on, because we also have a solar eclipse happening, not at this new moon, but the next new moon. And so I think that's like September 27th. So it's at the end of the month, there's going to be a solar eclipse at the new moon. It's changing signs. Mercury changes signs. So that's where I kind of got tripped up last time, is Mercury's in Libra when it goes retrograde, but right after that it goes to Virgo. And I think somewhere before that it was in Virgo or something like that. So it's just a lot of movement, and that's what I just need you to know from all of this is the movement aspect. The other thing for me is, like, during Mercury retrograde, I think it was in February, is when I got COVID and I got really, really tired. Well, the retrograde is doing that to me as well. So it's like, next thing you know, it's like I'm super, super tired. And I even had somebody who was like, hey, are you okay? Because I feel like I did something to you. I'm like, no, you didn't do anything to me. I'm just really, like, tired. Like, I never really napped during the day. And I have been wanting to go to bed at like 7:30 at night. I'm just so tired. So that's what has been taking me a little bit, and there's just a lot of energy to read. So not only am I dealing with my own Mercury retrograde of being tired after I had COVID, I was tired the whole time during that Mercury retrograde, or during that retrograde. The other thing too is it's a lot of energy to read, and so it takes a lot for me to translate that. It takes energy for me to translate that. It's not the energy for me to feel it so much, because I'm not using my energy. However, it takes a lot for me to translate it, okay? All right, so let's get right into it. What's happening with Aquarius is we have Mercury in retrograde. Let me get my notes. Okay, so we have Mercury in retrograde. Let's see. Mercury's in retrograde from September 10th to October 1st, but we are in the shadow period, so you are starting to feel some weirdness in the energy. That's normal. It will be shadow period until the 17th of September. At that point, somewhere along the line around there, it goes into Virgo right after that. I didn't even pull all that. If you want to know that, you'll have to check out an astrologer, because it's way above my pay grade. Okay, I'll give you the general gist of it, and then, as I'm really an energy reader, not an astrologer. All right, so Uranus, but I think it's so important to review the planetary movement because it's just, you can't ignore it. There's just a lot going on. Uranus went retrograde August 24th, and it will be in there until January 22nd. It's not the retrograde that I'm worried about for Uranus because that's more like an internal, it's very tempered when Uranus goes retrograde. And it's about so much about internal transformation more than it is about its rebellious nature. So, but when it goes direct is when I think is the best to know. Like, understand what's going on right now between August 24th and January 22nd. What is the main theme for you? If you can understand that, then when it comes to fruition on January 22nd, where it becomes very innovative, unpredictable, and it's like ripping off a Band-Aid at that point, you know exactly what's going to be happening. Like if you're struggling in a certain part of a relationship, and don't be surprised come January 22nd if that relationship dissolves. You know, I'm not saying that it will. I'm not saying that I'm just giving you an example, okay? I'm not saying your relationship's going away, so don't start crying. It's okay. Mars is also in retrograde, which is August 20th through March 25th. Normally, Mars does not stay this long in a sign. It's in Gemini, but it's going. I'm sorry, it's not going retrograde yet. I'm sorry. Mars is in the sign of Gemini. See, there's just too much information. Mars is in the sign of Gemini from August 20th to March 25th. That's a very long time for it to be in the sign of communication. It goes retrograde during Halloween time, October 30th through January 12th. It's going to be retrograde. It's going to slow down fact from fiction. It's going to slow down and make us, we'll talk about it in a second. But anyway, what else is going on? So Uranus is in the sign of Taurus, which we'll talk about, but that's about finances and epiphanies around relationships. So that's generally what Taurus does. Okay. So let's move into how that affects you. Well, Aquarius, you're kind of a rebellious, loving, but rebellious person. Very idealistic, and you're into technology. That is the Aquarius sign, okay? Let's see how that works with Mercury, which is the ruling planet of Gemini, which is the sign of communication. Mercury is the planet of communication. It's how we write, how we talk, how we travel. I'm just going to move through these pretty quickly so I can get right to the energy reading. And I'm going to have to do the energy reading just by throwing the cards down because otherwise I'm going to get too tired. I'm not going to be able to do all these readings. Now, Mercury is in retrograde in Libra. Libra is the sign of balance, diplomatic and gracious ways of seeking harmony in life and balancing relationships. So you see already now, it's like we have Taurus we have Gemini. My bad. Wait. Uranus is all about relationships. And then we have Mercury is all about communication. And then we have Mars is all about taking action. There you go. Bam, bam, bam. So, and Libra is balancing the communication. Taurus is grounding the Uranus energy so that we could really go within and really understand what's going on. And Taurus has to do with finances. So that's where that comes from. And relationships. So that's where that comes from. And then Gemini is about communication and Mars is about a fighting spirit. So you can see that we could get into some arguments, right? That are going to really hash out things to help us be more aware. Okay. So with that being said, Mercury is in your 9th house, which is broadening your horizons spiritually, academically, or on a long journey. So it could be travel, education, or spiritual growth, and just broadening yourself much bigger on a Mercury level, which is in the way we write. Maybe you're going to write about your travels. Maybe you're going to write a lot, write, speaking, and thinking. Okay, maybe you're going to be writing, speaking, and writing, speaking, and talking. No, travel. Oh, so travel too. So you got travel twice. So you might be in the mood for traveling right now. Okay, let's move on. Uranus is about sudden changes, but it's tempered because it's retrograde. It's January 22nd that you need to really figure out what's going on here. I'll pull some theme cards for each of these so that we know as well. Taurus is a grounded energy. That's nice to be paired here because we need some groundedness, because this is very unpredictable, but it's going to work with the manifestations around your what makes you feel grounded, okay? And this, particularly for you, is your 4th house, which is home and the roots of being you. So roots being grounded, your home or your relationships at home or something like that is what it's going to be working on. Maybe your finances and making sure that you're stable at home, those types of things. Mars is in Gemini, and Mars is very physical planet, has a lot of drive, lots of strength, and a fighting spirit. It is in Gemini, which is very witty and lively and informative. However, Geminis can flip on a switch. So just know that they're amazing to be around, but they can go through relationship. Like you might see them just go through lots of friends or go through lots of partners. And that's just because they flip. You know, they are the twin sign. I think at the Lovers card, they're also the twins. So it's like, you know, Dr. Heckle and Mr. Hyde or whatever. They can just flip back and forth for you. Okay. You are working on your 5th house, which is fun, romance, and creative things. This also could do with your sexuality as well, and how you are having these relationships with this partner, okay? Let's go ahead and grab some themes for those before I just throw down some cards and see what's going on, and I'll try to keep this as short as possible so I can get as many of them out. The other ones before were just so long and they were draining me, just because I was already tired from what Mercury was doing, and it just added on top of it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get 12 out. But I do appreciate all the people who've been contacting me for readings. That is a lot easier for me to do because I can focus it right in on you. Okay, so we have 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so it looks like in your Mercury, you're going to be growing a lot. We knew that anyway because you have the growth card for spirituality, the growth card in academics, education, learning something, or the growth card in your travels as well. In your Uranus card, it looks like you know, wherever you harbor resentment or somebody's harboring resentment, it could be, it's upside down, so I'm thinking it could be the other side is harboring some sort of resentment that's going to come out in the Uranus talks, in the Uranus energy. And so it's just something to work through so that you guys can be successful, so that when your Uranus goes direct, it doesn't cut out the relationship, okay? If you guys don't work through it, and you just think it's going to go away and you don't actually talk about it, then you could have a problem, okay? And the last one is Mars is going to be honesty. So it says we can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So be honest with yourself about, what is this? Oh, about your romance, your relationship, the things that you create, the things that you're proud of. Where you have fun. Be honest with yourself. So there's a lot of honesty happening. That's communication, the sign, and it could be through some very fiery talk. So be careful about your language. Be careful about how you are talking to each other, okay? Let's throw down some cards energetically to see what's going on. And then we'll get some advice cards and maybe pull a crystal, and that should help the month as well, okay? All right, so we're looking at Aquarius, and whatever the universe would like to tell us, that would be awesome. Okay. What is up with all this energy? What does Aquarius need to know? Okay, so, yep, something has to do with finances for sure. It looks like maybe you're wanting financial independence, or somebody's trying to break away their financial, making them not as dependent on you. This has to do with self-care, and there could be a work or home conflict. That is, all of these planets are joining together. So we have all three energies moving together in order to work on the things that you kind of feel burnt out about and stressed about. And maybe somebody's unwilling to, the word is delegate, but let's move on. So you're trying to create this happiness, this this wealth, this legacy, financial security, this long-term success, but it's also just happiness and all around. You know what I mean? Raining happiness down. And there has been some indecisions and confusions around it, and maybe some information overload, some control. So somebody's trying to control this situation, and I think that's what you're working on. So let's find out what the hidden energies are. I'm just going to leave those up there. I'm just going to read these because I want all the cards. So what are the hidden energies that where Aquarius can't see that we can help them with? Hidden energies, please. Okay, there's a lot of hope in this situation. So if you were feeling like there was no hope, don't worry. You don't need to be defensive. Stay in your joy space. Stay in your happiness. That will help a lot with this. Someone else is going through a tower moment, or you'll see them go through a tower moment. And you just need to be the sword of truth with some unbiased judgment, clear boundaries, and be very direct about what needs to happen. Okay, that's what you can't see. And they told me at the same time what you need to do. Interesting. I wonder what is helping Aquarius at this time. And what is the weakness? If you can give me those. What's helping and what's helping and what is the obstacle? Okay. It looks like the fact that you can see things differently and you don't see them the way that you used to is really helpful. Because sometimes somebody can be very cold and moody and emotional, manipulative, and that kind of sucks, right? But somebody else is kind of fearing this change and they're trying to play it safe, and you feel like that's bad planning, you know, because you're very rebellious, like you're not afraid to take risks, and you're looking for your King of Pentacles, somebody who can think of the big picture. They can overcome challenges, and you feel like this somebody can transform. They just need to do it, and you have a lot of hope in this situation. So this is really good. Good cards going on there. I just want to see what the outcome is. And then I'm going to pull an advice card and pull a crystal, and then we're going to finish this reading so I can get a bunch out. And I hope that was helpful in the beginning. And we will, if I can do shorter videos, I might be able to do more, but. Okay, so the outcome is that somebody's going to drop their defenses, and they're going to be burnt out as well on their own crap, you know, like, I don't want to do it in this way anymore, which is very good. And then you guys have a new beginning, which is a new financial opportunity together, new manifestation, and more abundance. Okay, so it looks like there's going to be lots of communication during this period. We do have some fiery action and adventure and some fearlessness. It's all circling around communication. So it's like the things that you might have been afraid to talk about before. I think that you guys might be talking about it now because you guys are ready to put this down to rest. Very good. Okay, let's grab some. Oh, I already got these. I'm sorry. Let's grab a crystal, and then we will grab an advice card, okay, to keep your vibration high. What do we need to do? Because I think focusing in on your vibration is going to be really important. Eat fruits and vegetables this month, and really do everything that you can to keep yourself going, because there's just a lot of movement. There's just a lot of energy. And appetite, get out of your comfort zone. There you go. You're gonna be having some conversations that are gonna make you uncomfortable. You'll have to look for that crystal right there somewhere. You know, I'm not gonna put them on. I normally put them in the links below, but I don't have the time to do that. So, all right, let's get a because it's the first, and I was trying to do these earlier, and then it just knocked me out with energy, and I couldn't do it. So now it's already the first. I don't want to take 12 days to get videos out. I'll be halfway in the month. Okay. So your advice is salt and pepper, gently jump up and down, shake up the mixture of energy that is with you. Imagine heavy, dark pepper as negative energy releasing from every crevice of your body. Allow it to fall from the earth and be recycled. Pepper represents the thoughts and feelings that do not serve you. It is a heavy energy that has hosted the pain in your body or the problems and the delay of the day you experienced. Now the pepper is gone. Imagine lighter salt coming down from above, filling you with light, happy energy, which moves into the space once filled by pepper. Notice how you feel. All right. If you like this video, entertain in some way, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. On the screen is some suggested videos, and I will see you later at Aquarius, and have a wonderful, wonderful month. And watch the all signs videos when I bring them out, because it is very helpful. Okay. And it's the easiest way for me to throw down some energy to see what we're doing. All right. Have a good day.